Oh, hi, we're back. We're back. I have announcements. We'll read some announcements. We'll do that. Welcome back, everyone. You're watching GDQ Juneteenth. Today is the first day of our 2-day Juneteenth celebration. I hope everyone knows what Juneteenth is, but if you don't, I can remind you of exactly what's going on today. So if you're not aware, June 19th, 1865, was the last day, or the day that the last enslaved people in the U.S. were finally told that they were free, almost 2.5 years afterwards. And so on Juneteenth, we celebrate Black independence. And again, we remind the world just how long it takes for absolute equality to arrive. And so we're in celebration here. We're having a great time. We've had so many awesome runs so far today. And we're in the middle of the Zelda block. Up next, I'll tell you what's up next in just a minute. First, I'm actually going to read just a quick announcement. So I talked earlier about our YouTube channel, if you were watching from YouTube. But did you know that we also have something called Games Done Quick Highlights? So that's actually a channel that features highlights of all GDQ HotFix shows. If you use the highlights command in Twitch chat, you can learn more. And in addition, I also want to talk about something super fun coming up. What about Flame Fatales? We're going to have another all-women speedrunning event with Flame Fatales in late August. So that's another command in the chat, !FF. And you can see more info there as well. But without further ado, like I said, we're in the middle of the Zelda block. So what would that be without some more Link and Zelda? Here is Ryan Ford with Link's Awakening DX.
Yo, hello everybody. So, as introduced, I'm Ryan Ford, and I'll be running Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. 100% no wrong warp, not out of bounds. I know it's a mouthful. So we say no woob for short. So, yeah. So I guess I'll get the timer started. I'll count down from 3. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so to begin, there's about 25 seconds of mostly mashing through text. So Link crash landed on Kolohint Island, and when he washed up, his sword and his shield were found on the beach by Marin and Terran over here. So they decided to take his shield back and told him, yeah, so I think that might be your sword on the beach, so you should go get it. Here's your shield. So so I get this nice overworld music, which only plays for this part until I get the sword. And there's a bit of an RNG instance here, like that Octorock right there. If you move to the right, I would get hit, and that would waste a little bit of time. So you have a 25% chance to lose a small amount of time, like every time you start a run, right there. So taking the bottom route to get to the sword, and holding my shield out currently, so that when this text box ends, I'll grab the sword when right before the owl starts flying away, so it saves a little bit of frames because he starts flying before the next text box comes up. And now I'll be doing some rupee duplication. So these enemies on the beach each have a 50% chance to drop a rupee, and I want the rupee to touch Link and his shield on the same frame, and he'll collect it twice. So I'm trying to get as close to 10 rupees as possible while killing these 10 enemies. My luck was kind of meh, but it is what it is. So 6 out of farming the entire beach is not great, but I did miss 2 dupes, so that's kind of on me too. So for 100%, need to collect 20 seashells to get the level 2 sword. There's 26 seashells in total, but once you collect the level 2 sword, then any seashells you didn't get will either disappear entirely or turn into rupees if they're in chests. Oh, what the? So I'm going to issue a flashing lights warning here when I walk back into the shop, because I'm going to take a death on purpose, and it is pretty bad, the flashing, so careful. In this category, that flashing is going to come up, like 3 more times in the run, so I'll try to remember to issue that warning. So I quote-unquote bought bombs there, now that I got 10 rupees. So when I confirmed buying bombs, I buffered save and quit on the next frame. So the bombs already get put in your inventory, but it's a frame before your rupees actually get spent. So you manage to keep the rupees, but also buy the bomb. So I used the 10 here to play the trendy game over here. And trying to grab the magic powder. Hopefully I didn't miss because I did the risky strat. Okay, cool. I got it. If I failed that, I would have to hard reset and then oh, I guess I just steal the bow again and then go back here and try again. Oh, it does lose a bit of time. Yeah, your file name gets changed to Thief. I'm actually not sure about in the Japanese version. Someone's gonna have to tell me if so. I know in English and in PAL it does. But yeah, playing Japanese because the text is a lot faster. In this category, I forget exactly how much it saves. I think it's like 5 minutes. And here doing what's called a bomb trigger. So in the same frame as I was transitioning screens, I'd drop the bomb, and the game forcibly makes Link drop 2 bombs, which is not normally supposed to happen. So if you get 2 bombs on the same screen, cutscenes will play or get skipped potentially. So it skipped the owl landing onto the ground. So it saves like 2 seconds there. And then this one, I want to get another bomb trigger, which skips needing to use the powder on Terran. Even though I just played the trendy game to get the powder, but it also skips the cutscene that's supposed to play when you use the powder on him too. So it saves more time to bomb trigger. So yeah, I got the first dungeon key, and I save and quit to skip the text and also to save warp back to the doghouse so that you know, I don't have to do all that backtracking like out of the forest. And occasionally I'm doing something called corner boosting, where I'm touching the corners of walls, and Link can kind of like clip into them by a pixel, and it moves them forward a pixel, so you can like save a frame each time you do it. You can also lose time if you like mess it up, so not sure if it's really that worth going for. It does save like a few seconds over the course of the run though. So yeah, I can shoot bomb arrows if you press bomb. Have bombs and arrows equipped and press both buttons at the same time. So that's how I instantly blew up the wall instead of just dropping a bomb, which saves time, of course. This room, I guess it's not super easy, so I want to push these spiky hardheads into the pit if I can. I just shot the second one with an arrow because it's a little faster to kill it. But if you do push it into the pit, then it at least saves an arrow, because the early game arrow routing is pretty tight. And there I got Rock's Feather after doing a shield bump to skip through those spike traps. That one's really dangerous because if you get hit by the spike trap and get pushed into the pit, you lose like 1.5 hearts. So it saves very little time, but it can be risky if your health is low, because you might end up dying. So here, Rock's Feather, probably the most broken item in this category. So you can do what's called super jumping. So Link can naturally clip into solid tiles like walls and fences and stuff. You can go up to 3 pixels into them. And if you jump when against the wall that has a ledge. So fortunately all the walls here in this dungeon have ledges. And if you manage to find a way to face away from the wall, then Link will quote unquote like jump off of the ledge while he's in the air. So you can bypass over other solid objects. So yeah, this Moldorm, alright, unironically, actually is like probably the hardest boss in the run, but made quick work of him. It does a whole heart of damage, and you only have 3 hearts at that point. And also, if you get knocked off into those pits, you get sent to a dungeon below in like a 2D section, and then you have to go back up and restart the fight. So it loses a lot of time if you fall into a pit.
Not today.
Yup. Yeah, I took 1 hit, but like, it's not bad. I had full health, so it was no big deal. Oh, I also see Pidge and Nez in chat. Some of the homies. Appreciate the support. Yeah, so this part, so there's gonna be some kids that I talked to, and so in the Japanese version, and I think 1.0 for US, if you press B, it skips all of their text boxes. Like, they're supposed to stutter a lot when they're talking, and like you're supposed to get like over a dozen text boxes in total, but for whatever reason in some versions of the game it yeah, if you press B it just skips all of them. So it's pretty neat. Yeah, so this room, so normally I've been opening the save quit menu to skip text when getting items from chests, but that one there, because it's only one text box, it's faster to actually just let that text box go. And there I did a bomb trigger to get that heart piece. Unfortunately, I got a bad subpixel, so I had to pause buffer to drop the second bomb manually as a transition. So I actually lost time going for it, like a second. The alternative strat's to go into that room and then push some of those blocks and super jump over the wall, like right where the heart piece is. And yeah, normally it's a second slower, but it also saves 2 bombs if you do it. So also, yeah, if you get a bad subpixel like I did with the bomb trigger, then you also, yeah, like lose a second. So I have to go into this room for the picture first before I enter that cave that I walked by to get Bow Wow. So yeah, for the DX version, yeah, there's these pictures. So you need to collect all 12 pictures as well for 100%. And then yeah, get every permanent item. So like heart pieces, every inventory item that permanently stays in your inventory as well. And then yeah, beat all the dungeons too. So here's King Moblin. What's it to say? So he has 8 points of health. Spin slashes does 2 damage, and then regular. Oh, whoops! Regular does 1. So normally you want to kill him in 2 cycles, but I super choked. All right, 3 cycles. That's fine. So yeah, usually you want to do like 1 spin slash, then 3 normal hits, and then 1 spin slash and 1 more hit for 2 cycles. Well, whatever equals up to 8 damage. So here's the good boy, Bow Wow. An original Zelda character. It's a bowling ball with teeth and a chain. Oh, that was really good RNG. So he can take as long as he wants to eat that flower that gives you access to Dungeon 2. And like, I have reset runs sometimes because he'll just chill for like 30 seconds or something and like not eat it. So yeah, he instantly ate it and he ate the one in the middle. So that's like optimal luck right there. Oh, whoops. I want to move this down. There you go. Yeah, so I guess that's a good time to mention the inventory items are not set in spots like I don't know, like Link to the Past, for example. So you can move your inventory items around in the in pause menu, like in whatever way you like. So people have different routes for their menus. I actually don't have a set route. I kind of just like have the important items like around each other, like in a kind of in like a square around each other, so that I can do less menu movement generally. But it's better to have a set route because you won't like hesitate when choosing your items as long as you don't make a mistake. So yeah, the arrows are broken and kill enemies in 2 hits. And there I did ghost skip. So those boos in that room, they so normally you're supposed to light those torches and then they get scared and leave the room, but by jumping to the edge of the room and shooting an arrow, I was able to push them both out of the room, which gives you the chest for the bracelet. So this room I gotta kill these 3 enemies in a specific order. This Stalfos is kind of in the way, and I have to kill him last, so it's always a little nerve-wracking if he chills in the way of the Pole's voice, the bunny. Oh, this guy went so close to me. There you go. Alright, this is really slow, but at least I didn't take too much damage from those guys. Because I could be in danger of dying from the boss if I take a lot of hits, so definitely want to be careful. So here, this weighted tile, or weighted platform, sorry, you can, normally you're supposed to hold a pot and weigh the platform down, but if you're holding anything, like Kabam, then you can just weigh it down. So it's faster than walking over to pick up the pot. So now that I have 2 bombs, I gotta make sure I don't miss a shot on this this boss fight as well. So this boss is normally pretty long, but I'm gonna try to cheese him by clipping into the wall and throwing the pot to the left. It instantly breaks the pot instead of having to go through 3 cycles of throwing the pot into the wall, then watching him like shoot fireballs at you again. Because I think it does damage per frame if you clip into the wall and throw it. So it kind of instantly hits it 3 times and just breaks it. Then I dropped the bomb where he spawned, and then the bomb pushed him down towards me. And then as the cooldown for dropping a bomb ended, then I was able to shoot a bomb arrow against the wall and kill him before he started teleporting it around the room and becoming intangible. So it was a successful quick kill. So yeah, you may have been wondering why I skipped this heart piece on my way over the first time. So grabbing it on your way back, when Link picks up something, like a heart piece, it pushes him down a pixel. So it saves 1 pixel of movement to get it on the way back. And now I'm going to issue another flashing lights warning here for Mad Batter. So maybe getting an upgrade. So yeah, definitely look away now if you're sensitive to flashing lights. So I gotta say no to the first option because he offers to double your powder capacity. Okay, you can look again. And the second option, he offers to double your bombs capacity. So I just ran out of bombs on that boss fight, but now that I have double capacity, so the max I could hold before was wait, what was the max I could hold? Before it was 30, and now it's 60. And when you get your capacity increased, it also refills your bombs. So now I have 60 bombs, which is going to be really important for, well, blowing things up and also for like bomb triggers generally throughout the run. So now I have plenty. So yeah, saying yes to doubling your powder, it actually like usually kills the run if you're going for a PB attempt, because you have to do some weird stuff like go back to Mabe Village and like die to the shopkeeper again because he stole the bow, then buy 30 bombs, and then backtrack and continue or something like that. So yeah, here I'm gonna make use of bomb arrows right now. So make sure not to instantly shoot a bomb arrow here when entering that room, because Bow Wow will get in your way and block the shot. Same with that room. So that cave has a heart piece, so I'm gonna be going there later. And yeah, I'm gonna go in and out of this telephone booth because whenever you change submaps, your save point gets updated. So whenever you save and quit and then load a file. So entering and then also again exiting that phone booth will update my save point. So I'm gonna use it for save warping since save and quits are ideal. So yeah, here's a picture with Richard. So gotta make sure not to miss this. So he's like talking about his castle being taken over, Candlelit Castle. But actually in this category we skip going to the castle like ever due to a skip coming up soon. I gotta stop walking into this pit. But yeah, yeah, I think only in oh, whoops, where am I going? Only in glitchless categories, I think it's the only time you go to Candlelit Castle ever. And outside of that, if you play randomizer, I guess. So if you have exactly 5 seashells, you get a bonus seashell going into the seashell mansion. Same if you have exactly 10 as well. So that's just kind of the fastest one to get on the route. And I could have skipped the text by save and quitting, but I missed. Alright, so here I did what's called Villa Skip. So I did a pit buffer where I paused on the same frame where you heard the sound of Link falling into the pit, and it cancels him falling in the pit, and it also moves him down a couple pixels. And there's actually a naturally standable tile there, so it's not considered out of bounds as well. Like a naturally standable tile that you can transition on, so it's not considered out of bounds. So out of bounds is only if you transition on the screen. Transition on a solid tile, so if you're like inside of a wall or like a wall or like a tree or something and you transition, Or if you find a way to be more than 3 pixels inside of a solid tile as well. Since, how I mentioned earlier, that Link can naturally clip up to 3 pixels inside of a solid tile. Kind of like how I was just clipped into that tree right there. So here's what's called Jesus Jump. I actually got that frame perfect. That was nice. So the frame that Link is supposed to drown in the water, if you pause on that frame, there I had to do 2 pauses. It'll cancel him drowning, and you can transition on the. Whoops, I meant to aim up. There you go. So you can put the key in on the side here instead of going all the way around, then all the way back around. So yeah, you can either transition screens or jump when you're on a water tile. So as long as you pause on the frame that you're supposed to drown. So yeah, use that to get that seashell instead of coming back with the flippers later. So here I'm killing a bunch of enemies because I want to get a drop called Piece of Power. And so there's two item drops when you kill a bunch of enemies. There's Guardian Acorn, so when you kill 12 enemies, there's one right there. 12 enemies without taking a hit. And then Piece of Power when you kill 30 enemies without save and quit or without dying. So... oh jeez, the Acorn's like right in the way of the Piece of Power. Because if I grab both, then the Acorn might override the Piece of Power because you can only have one at a time. There I did what's called Dodongo Skip. So I super jumped off of and clanked off of the Dodongo Snake to go off over the wall. Oh, I forgot to move my shovel in the inventory. So everything looked weird. So we try a trick here called French Press. I think I jumped too early though. Oh, dang. Alright, well, I tried. So I wanted to shield bump off of the Stalfos that I killed unintentionally to reach up to this spot that I'm in right now. So you can get this Nightmare Key instead of blowing up the wall and going all the way around. And also these enemies here wouldn't have respawned if I got that trick. It actually doesn't save that much time over just not going for it, but since I tried and failed, then I definitely lost quite a bit. But I'm used to failing that a lot, so it's whatever. Hey, there's another... Oh, go ahead.
I am just in a trance with your commentary. It's so good.
Thank you very much.
Like, it's me and everyone else. I've been quiet for like 12 minutes or something. I just can't. I'm like, well, there's so much.
There's so much tech in like
it's almost every
pocket of this game. It's so good. Yeah, that's why I like this category a lot, because there's a lot of tech, but then also like the two true any percent categories, like both of them are like, one of them's like barely over 2 minutes and the other one's like 4 minutes and a half roughly, because there's so many like wrong warps. You can also do ace in this game to like credits warp and stuff like that. So that's why there's a lot of categories with a lot of long names that like restrict stuff like no wrong warp, no out of bounds and stuff like that. So it's really cool. So I also love that there's like a variety of options for like how to play this game as well. And also, speaking of which, I was looking at chat too. I saw some people complimenting my commentary. Appreciate it a lot. But yeah, definitely made quick work of that third boss. I'm glad, because that boss can kind of go poorly easily, but I don't know, it's kind of like autopiloted through it and didn't really have any mistakes. But yeah, this area, oh, I forgot to talk about Pegasus boots when I first got them. So in this game, you can like charge the boots while you're moving. So ideally, you kind of want to like take around corners while you're charging your boots. Ooh, frame perfect on that cutscene skip. Yeah, so I guess more stuff to explain about that. So there's a cutscene where Terran here, you trade a stick. You give him a stick, and then he hits that honeycomb. And the bees get aggravated, and they chase him around. It's like a pretty funny cutscene. But if you save and quit on the frame that the cutscene's supposed to play, then you skip it. And when you do those trades, it takes 2 frames before Link actually gets the item, which also causes the cutscene to trigger. So you can either buffer save and quit on the first frame that you confirm the text, but then you'd have to unpause and then buffer another save and quit the next frame so that the game has advanced 2 frames. And but you can also manually time it for like 2 frames after you've confirmed. So I just happened to get the timing, which saves 2 seconds over doing 2 pauses. So it's a small amount of time, but it's just a little bit of swag. And yeah, I think for that cutscene, it saves, if you get it frame perfect, I think it saves 6 seconds, if I recall correctly. But yeah, I try to manually time that one for marathons, especially because if the cutscene plays, because I was late, then I'm down to watch the cutscene because it's like kind of funny. Ah, dang. Okay, I missed that one. But I was also trying to do the 2 frame save and quit there. That one loses less time though if you miss it. So it's not bad. And yeah, the reason I had to do part of that trait sequence, so somehow I had the stick. So the game thinks that you're supposed to have the stick after you beat Dungeon 3, which I never went to Candlelit Castle, so I never actually got the stick. Because of when I did Villa Skip, that skipped the entirety of Candlelit Castle. And yeah, so the game thinks you're supposed to have the stick still, so I was able to do that trade, get that honeycomb, and then I traded the honeycomb for the for the what's it called? I'm lost for words. Oh, honeycomb for the pineapple with the bear. And what that will do is that Marin will spawn on the beach, and I need her for okay, there you go. I need her for a couple of pictures. They're actually missable, so like I have to do them now at this point. So a lot of this segment is pretty much just like mid-game cleanup. Alright, and here's a fishing mini-game as well. So I'm gonna let this first fish escape, because normally if you try to do the optimal strat, which you need to grab that big fish on the bottom right, and that gives you a heart piece and 20 rupees as well. But if you try for like the optimal strat, like usually that fish will get in your way, or one of the other fishes will get in your way, and then it just loses more time. So if you're Tass, you could go for it. So here now I'm returning Bow Wow home. I think this is like the only category where you actually bring Bow Wow back home, because we need to do it for another picture. And this cutscene is that actually has RNG in it too, because Bow Wow will take a varying amount of time to clank into Link. So sometimes he can like lose or save like 2 seconds for no reason. And then easily missable picture here. Wanna make sure you look at this window. And then alright, before I say more things, I gotta remember where to go. Okay, I remember now. So I'm gonna be going back near Dungeon 1, now that I have the Pegasus boots. There's a... this tree here, you can bonk into it with your boots, and it knocks out a seashell. So I couldn't get that on the first visit, because I had like almost no items. So I gotta sort this out real quick. Alright, that was kind of long, but it's kind of bothering me a little that my shovel and shield were kind of in the way of all the inventory items. And then yeah, now I'm making my way to the beach, because again, because I made that trade with the pineapple, and Marin's over here. And speaking of cutscene RNG, so I know a lot of the community likes to pretend that there's no RNG in this cutscene, but those seagulls in the background, they fly around in different patterns every time. So it doesn't really impact anything in the run, but the seagulls just have like, I don't know, weird formations. They're all like staying really close together this time. Like sometimes there'll be some like that will kind of be behind the text boxes, and they'll get blocked. But I've never seen them all just like underneath the text box the whole time. Yeah, exactly. They're all just like chilling together. That's wild. Congregate. That's the word I'm going to use next time. So yeah, when I dropped down the well here, I had to make sure not to move. Otherwise, Marin wouldn't fall on top of Link, which would... You need that to happen, so that triggers getting a picture taken there. So that's another easily missable picture, because if you're holding a direction, then you won't get it. And then need Marin here, going down to this cliff, and for another picture. So once I get rid of Marin, then like I'll never be able to get these pictures again. So pretty much have to do them now, for the sake of completion. So another save and quit, and yeah, this next picture. So we're gonna be going up to the weathercock over here. Actual naming. And yeah, taking a picture where Marin's dad gets in the way of her little date. Yeah, says it looks fun, so he wants to get a picture with us too. And then yeah, now that I got all those pictures with Marin, then I'm gonna be making my way to Animal Village, which there's a sleeping walrus over there, and you want to. So normally you need to wake him up by having Marin sing the Ballad of the Windfish, which is the song I'm gonna need to be able to beat the game. And oh, whoops. And so I'm gonna try to save a little bit of time by just bomb triggering to play Marin's song instead of walking up to the walrus. There you go. And yeah, what my friend called this was reverse Snorlax because of well, you do wake him up, but then he like wakes up and like falls asleep again and falls into the water. So it made me laugh when he said that in my chat one time. So yeah, fortunately in this category, since I actually have Marin with me, then this cutscene will actually play properly. And when you bomb trigger, since Marin's right at the edge of the screen, she leaves the screen faster, so you get control of Link sooner. Instead of walking up to the walrus and having her sing. And yeah, in other categories, a lot of times you'll have Bow Wow with you instead of Marin. So with that, the cutscene won't play and you'll like permanently get stuck there, unless if you leave the screen on the same frame that the cutscene's supposed to play, which is done in like non-hundo categories, which is called Walrus Skip for those ones, because you never go get Marin because she's too out of the way. Alright, and here I'm gonna sacrifice 2 arrows to what we call the soft serve machine of doom over here. And yeah, we got a key. So the real explanation is that so there's a mini boss Lamola in there, and his hurt box is there before he appears and before his text even appears, so you can actually shoot 2 arrows before he talks to you if you enter from the bottom side. And yeah, you can just kill him. Oh, that pokey. It's not good RNG. And then yeah, that really hidden heart in that underground spot as well. Gotta make sure not to miss that. And yeah, now I have 2 arrows left, so I gotta make sure not to miss any shots on the next boss. Otherwise I gotta do some shenanigans from fighting him. So yeah, now I'm gonna make my way back to Animal Village to have Marin actually teach me the Ballad of the Windfish. So it'll be song number 1 on the ocarina. So got about 30 seconds of downtime, so pretty much just chilling. Yeah, also Mello, if you want to add anything during the downtime.
Yeah. Sure. Well, hey, don't forget, everybody, this is day 1 of our GDQ Juneteenth celebration. We also have many games tomorrow. So actually tonight, see, I think we're about halfway through the day. Coming up after this, we have Sonic Generations, which is really exciting. And then later on, I don't want to too excited, but we're ending the night with Resident Evil 6.
Hey.
Stick around for that, especially if you want some late night spooks.
Nice. Is that done by Roads of Silence, or is it someone else? For
Tonight, it's going to be Roads of Silence, yeah.
Nice. Okay. He's a chill guy, so I definitely recommend sticking around. And yeah, this event has been good so far. I've been trying to like lurk the stream as much as I can, so I caught probably about half of the Link Between Worlds run, which I very recently played that game for my first time, so it was cool to like watch a run. I got to watch like a full run though eventually, because I took time to like shave and shower and stuff, so I didn't get to watch the whole thing. But yeah, so minus falling into that pit, it was going kind of clean. So I did, when I was bonking off of those rocks, so we call that French bonks or le bonks. And taking that route, I think saves like 0.2 seconds over going up and to the right instead. There used to be an older route where the bonks saved more time over it, but it was discovered that there was a slightly faster route that saved another like 0.3 seconds alternatively. Oh, I see Amber in the chat. Another homie. And yeah, so unlocked Dungeon 4, and I entered this cave and exited again to update my save point instead of having to backtrack all the way back. Just save a bit of time. And so yeah, this place is called Swag Cave because there's a lot of tricks you can do to save like very small amounts of time. Like you can jump over this obstacle or jump around it called obstacle skip. And I'm gonna go into this cave because so normally there's a trick called early rooster skip that has the potential to save a lot of time in the run, but it's pretty RNG dependent and usually will kill your run rather than save you time. So recently I've kind of given up on doing it, so I'm not going to do it. Otherwise I would go into this cave to update my save point and then try the trick, but I'm kind of tired of doing that trick. So even in the world record run now doesn't have early rooster skip anymore because when TGH came back to running this game, he decided that it's not worth going for it, so just does the regular rooster skip now instead. So that will happen way later, in like probably like a half hour or so from now. Yeah, so now... Okay, thinking about where to go. Okay, yeah, so going into Dungeon 4, that's pretty much it. So I went way out of the way there to get a seashell and a picture. And... So yeah, this dungeon is extremely short because thanks to this game being pretty broken, Jesus jumping and then also this cross jump over here saves a lot of time. So I'm gonna... Oh, I got that frame perfect. Nice. So yeah, so I wanted to do a Jesus jump there and clip into that block so you can push that pushable block without blowing up that cracked block beside it. And if you get it frame perfect with the Jesus jump, it saves 1 second, and then also saves you a bomb and an arrow, because normally you want to bomb arrow the block. Which actually, I'm short on arrows, so I wouldn't have been able to even do that, because I wasted one in Dungeon 1 by accident. Alright, so now I've got... So yeah, I kind of went backwards, thanks to that Jesus jump to get the flippers there, which actually skips a whole mini-boss fight, which was to the right. And wow, I got really good RNG with the enemy movement. That like literally never happens. Like that's the first time in a run that I've not taken a hit before getting to here. So yeah, there I did a P-hat clink, so I super jump off of the wall and then clank my sword to get knocked upwards to skip going through a whole 2D section to get the nightmare key. And yeah, don't blink for this boss. So yeah, and I killed what's his name? Anglerfish. So I did a spin slash and I paused shortly after I entered the room, which skips his text, because every boss has a bit of text saying something to you when you get into the fight. And so I did the spin slash to hit him, skip the text, then equipped the bomb arrows and shot 2 of them straight down to kill him. So adding in with that spin slash, it does just enough damage to kill him. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Is the boss's name really Anglerfish?
Yeah.
That's the most creative. I love it.
The best one is Japanese. They named him Piranha Killer. Yeah, I know, right? Really creative name though with Anglerfish. Yeah, so I got a bit of downtime again with this song. So you can see the cute fish dancing.
Yeah. You know, if you're watching on YouTube, you can go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you're interested in looking at our live content. Starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern, you can catch a ton of HotFix shows here on the GDQ channel.
Thank you. So yeah, not too much to talk about for this part. It's like, what am I doing? Swimming for a bit, though. There is another kind of obscure heart piece that I'm about to get. Right here. So I think there's a hint that tells you that this is here. So you have to dive into the water to get it. So of course you need flippers, of course. But yeah, now that I've beaten Dungeon 4, so in a lot of other categories, you usually beat Dungeon 6 before Dungeon 4. And getting the level 2 bracelet prevents this ghost friend from appearing. So if you do Dungeon 4 first, then once you're on the south half of the world map, then this ghost will appear. And he won't let you enter any other dungeons until you help him with his side quest, which in Hundo we need it because you also get a picture with him after you help him. So because of that, we're taking a pretty long detour to help him out at this point. Oh, whoops. And yeah, digging out another seashell. So this part, so I'm gonna be skipping a lot of like one really big trade sequence by bomb triggering. So for whatever reason, inside that wall is considered a pit. So you can, if you manage to drop 2 bombs within 4 frames, it causes a bomb trigger to happen. So I was just literally just mashing B to drop bombs as fast as I can. And so there you get, so in this version, Japanese version, it's the mermaid's bra. And I think in English and PAL, it's they changed it to a necklace instead. So yeah, she doesn't want to go anywhere because she's missing her bra. So now I brought it back to her. So here I'm buffering save and quit menus to get. Oh dang, I'm actually losing time over over just watching the cutscene. So there's not really like a good visual cue for getting the mermaid skill from that trade. Afterwards, there's a cutscene where she like swims away from you after you help her. Oh, oops. I'll just move this here. Okay, there you go. Oh, dang. So yeah, this part's sort of hard, so I'll probably focus a bit. Oh, actually, if I get the easy spawn, then never mind. I'm good. Okay, we're good. So yeah, a trick here called Zora Bump. Oh, I got a really late super jump there. I don't know if this will work. Ah, dang. That's unfortunate. Alright, okay, this might take a bit of time. Hold up. Okay, I think this should be good. Okay, yeah, I think the boot stash should make it. Yeah, okay, cool. I got it. So yeah, what's there to say about that part? Yeah, so Zora bump. So basically I was trying to either bump off of the Zora's like fireball thing that he shoots, or bump off of the Zora himself, depending on which spawn that you get. There is also a buffered strat for if he spawns on the bottom or the middle. There's a buffered strat you can do that loses 10 seconds because you have to pause like 10 to 12 seconds because you got to pause like 5 or 6 times to set it up. But it's like extremely consistent because it'll set you up to get to land on that edge where it's doing the super jump. It'll make you land on the perfect pixel every time, so you don't have to readjust your position or anything like that. But I usually go for it unbuffered because I'm more comfortable with it. Plus, in addition, I got the top spawn first, which there's no actual reliable buffered strat for it. So, even if I did normally still do buffered strats, I kind of would have been screwed out of some time because I got the bad spawn, basically. That's fine. So also that picture I just got, if you pause in that screen, like press pause, then for some reason the picture won't be in your inventory, and then you have to leave that room and go back in and watch that cutscene again to get the picture. So if you pause on that screen, you can invalidate your run if you don't notice, which is really weird, but yeah. So yeah, here's a ghost's house. So it's the first place he wants you to bring him to, and then now that he's satisfied, then he wants you to bring him back to his grave, which I'll head there after a couple detours. So first thing is to do a trade sequence, or another part of a trade sequence. So I'm going to go into this cave. Now that I got the magic lens earlier after I traded with the mermaid, and after I did the Zora bump trick, then you're able to see this guy and trade him. What's it called? Trade him a boomerang for whatever items on B. So I don't need the shovel anymore, so I trade the shovel for the boomerang. And this version of the boomerang is probably like the most ridiculous boomerang in the game, or like in like the franchise, because first off, it kills a lot of enemies in one hit. You can cut bushes with it too, and if it comes down to it, then I might also like one-shot the final boss with it too. No, there's a faster skip to do on the final boss that saves like 15 seconds, so the backup strat is to one-shot him with the boomerang, which is kind of funny.
It's a strong boomerang, though.
I know, right? I think it's like ridiculous that that's a backup to like one hit.
I know, to one-shot him.
Yeah, this game has so much stuff. It's wild. Oh, another flashing lights warning again, because Mad Batter number 2. So it's the penultimate one for flashing lights warnings.
I think you're 3 for 3 so far.
Yeah, I'm glad that I've been remembering.
You've been good.
So yeah, yet again, I said no to the first option because again, he offers to upgrade your powder capacity, and we want to get arrows upgraded to not lose time. So now I should have 60 arrows as well. Oh, I accidentally went to the ocarina in the menu there.
And the flash.
Yeah, sorry.
And the flash is over.
Yeah, thanks for the. Yeah, I definitely forgot to say it like right after. Hey, you got my back. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Boomerang. I've been reading chat. Though definitely it's hard to like commentate and like talk to chat, obviously. So I'm not neglecting all y'all.
At the level of your commentary, I don't know how you can play and talk at the same time. Like,
yeah, that's why occasionally I'm like hesitating or stuttering when talking, because of course it's hard to like talk about what you're doing.
Glitch in the moment in your head. You're like, wait,
Yeah, exactly. Like making sure I don't go to the wrong way, making sure I do like the right movement for like a strat and stuff like that. Which there you can get the heart piece with the boomerang. So there's no Z-axis, so you can jump and like near the peak of your jump, throw the boomerang, and it kind of gets around the rocks, so you can get the heart piece. There's like 2 other backup strats you can do, but that's the fastest strat, as long as you don't miss. Because if you throw it too high, it'll clink into the rock and not grab the heart piece. So it has to be like slightly underneath. So yeah, now here's the color dungeon. I forgot. I wanted to try and put a bid war. Ah, dang. I entirely forgot. between which rupee color I should choose after beating this dungeon. Is there a way to set up a poll, possibly? Or is it too late?
Give me a second, I'll find out.
Alright, if possible, then yeah. It'd be cool if the chat decides whether I take a red or blue tunic. Which, so generally throughout the run, okay, technically, like, they're about even, but, like, on average, usually blue will be faster by, like, 10 seconds, roughly. Sounds good. Alright, you heard him. Y'all got 2 minutes. Actually...
Oh yeah,
I'm
we
not
have a
even
2-minute poll here.
I'm not even sure if 2 minutes will be, but that might be too long. Possibly. I forget how long to this point the end of the dungeon is gonna be. Oh, what the? Okay, I missed the stun lock on this fight. Okay, I got it.
I'll tell you
I got
who's
it.
in the lead whenever you need the time.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, perfect. Yeah, I appreciate the last minute, like, impromptu poll. Alright, so for, now that I grabbed the nightmare key, so I saved and quit, and then I'm hard resetting, because, that room where I blew up the wall, and grabbed a bunch of rupees on the ground, that room resets, and each of those rupees is worth 5 rupees. So it's a really fast way to get 300 rupees, because I need 300 to buy the third song, which I'm gonna get after I finish this dungeon.
Poll's very close right now. Blue's in the lead, but they're like practically tied.
Ooh, okay. If you want to see me potentially suffer, then you want to pick red, and if you want to be optimal, then pick blue.
Not me hovering over red just because it's like a couple votes under blue.
Yeah, so now I've got what we call the bingo room. Oh wow, I actually got the double green into the same hole. It's kind of uncommon to get. So you can definitely do that room faster, but I definitely saved a little time from getting both greens in the same hole, so I didn't have to drag all of them around.
Wow. Poll ended. 2 minutes is over. Red wins by 1 vote.
1 vote? Nice.
1 vote. The poll
Okay.
literally says they're 50-50, but red has 1 more vote.
61 to 60.
It wasn't me. I didn't hit vote. It wasn't me. I did say I was hovering, but it wasn't me.
I was gonna say that you changed the fate, but you didn't vote. All right, so red. It's gonna be the pick. So so the differences between the two tunics. So red, just like when you pick up a piece of power, it doubles your sword damage, and also causes a knockback effect when you hit enemies as well. Which generally the knockback effect is a bad thing, but we'll work with it. The other thing that's kind of a problem with red tunic is that when I get level 2 sword, sometimes on a lot of enemies the damage doesn't stack with each other. And then yeah, blue tunic just makes you take half damage when you get hit, so it's not that much. What am I doing here? Oh, okay. So signpost maze. So actually, the last couple of events. Wait, is this the right sign? Oh, there you go. Whoops. So yeah, last couple events. I've actually had issues with one of the tricks here, so I hope that doesn't happen again. Oh wait, gotta clip into the wall here. Okay, cool. I got it first try. So the hookshot skip there, that jump. Yeah, for whatever reason, sometimes when jumping across that pit, I would just, like, lose all of my speed and fall into the pit. And, like, there's a marathon run where I almost died twice from, like, full health both times, because I failed it, like, 24 times. It was just so weird. And then, yeah, I went over estimate in that run, because I just lost, like, probably 4 minutes to failing that over and over. But not this time. So yeah, just gotta make sure not to read the wrong signpost or double read like the same signpost, because if you read the wrong one, then you have to start over again with reading the signposts. So the later you get into it, the more punishing it is. And yeah, so I'm gonna spend 300 rupees for this. Oh, I forgot that this should be a flashing lights warning too. I completely forgot about this one. The song.
4.
I entirely forgot about this in the run. So yeah, definitely look away if you're, again, sensitive to flashing. But yeah, got like a bit of downtime. So there's a community split about whether this is the best song or the worst song. Which I like Mambo's Mambo, the previous song that I learned. So I'm on the worst song camp. Oh, I forgot to equip my feather. Alright, cool. So that part went pretty smooth. I'm glad. Because in runs I used to never have an issue with that. With that area, but then like 2 marathons in a row I was like struggling a lot. Which is just so weird. I blame having red tunic both times. Oh, oops, I fat fingered the pause button there. So yeah, there's gonna just be a very long time of swimming to get this really out of the way heart piece along the moat around Canelet Castle. Which, that place that I entirely skipped. I think it's slightly changed in the remake, like the heart piece itself. I'm not 100% sure. I see Glenn in chat, so he actually could fill me in on it if he wants. And yeah, so that's just the best time to get that heart piece, even though, because it's just really like out of the way from everything. Oh, whoops. Yeah, so here, you're gonna be rolling in this room. For whatever reason, if you jump in with the feather, then Link kind of like rolls in while he's like automatically moving in this cutscene. So now, that should be the final picture for all of them. So when I check a menu again, or when I'm in a menu again, then I'll check if I have 12 out of 12 photos. And yeah, I can clip into that block to not go into those stairs while dashing with the boots. Saves a small amount of time. And okay, because my health is low, I'm gonna actually kill that bomb fairy with the boomerang. So if you kill that bomb fairy, then with the boomerang it'll kill. You'll get a fairy. So I just did it to get full health, just to not take a risk in this area, because this Armos maze, if you get hit by the Armoses, then you lose two hearts. And because I have red tunic, then like I'll take full damage instead of just losing 1 heart. So generally when I'm supposed to do a damage boost, I'll try to get hit by a Zol, like these green slimes, because they only do half a heart. And yeah, when the Armoses are coming alive, when they're flashing, they won't damage you yet either. Oh, you can actually see that it's there. Okay, okay. Thanks, Glenn. Did I do this right? Oh, okay, I did it right. Cool. Yeah, so you get to use sword strats because I have red tunic for this fight, which actually is a little bit faster than having blue tunic. So if you have blue, you can either do the same strat with boots and sword, which is slightly different than the red tunic strat. Or what's faster to do with blue tunic, because you have so many arrows, you can just shoot 12 arrows at him and kill him. And then whenever he stomps the ground, since you want to have feather equipped, then you can jump over his stomp so that you avoid getting stunned as well. But yeah, that strat, like stun locking him with your sword, I think looks a lot cooler. And then yeah, cutting grass. Again, since I have boomerang in this category, then it's just more ideal than using your sword to cut the grass, since you can keep moving while throwing the boomerang. Yep. So I'm gonna damage boost through this Armos to get through the stairs. If your health is low, then you probably just want to kill it with the boomerang as well in this category. But since I have full health, then like you know, that's like nothing to me. It's like in the any percent categories, usually when I get to this dungeon, it'll usually at best have like 3 hearts. Usually I'll have less than that, so. In this category, this dungeon's like pretty easy in terms of survival for me in Hundo. Because on average, I'll always have like close to full or full health, and max health just being way higher in general too. So yeah, dropping bombs to kill all those enemies. There's a slightly faster strat with a bomb arrow there, but I never learned it. I think it saves like frames, though. It's like a very tiny amount. So there's some whiz robes in this area as well. And here's level 2 bracelet. And yeah, now it's gonna kind of go through the dungeon sort of backwards compared to how you're intended to. I bomb triggered there, which made the these tiles start a little sooner. Otherwise, you kind of have to wait for the door to lock, and then the tiles start to activate. And then the only thing that saves time when I was shooting arrows at those tiles was breaking the last tile, pretty much. I have to do this strat a little different because of... Oh, what? That didn't work. Yeah, to do this strat a little different because of having red tunic, because of the knockback effect. So usually I wait for the bomb to flash twice, and then I pause and equip sword, and then I buffer my sword swing, but apparently I was a tiny bit too early. So I didn't kill all 4 whiz robes with 1 bomb. But yeah, no big deal though. And then yeah, now with all these super jumps, I'm able to traverse this dungeon backwards. And here I'm going to be doing what's called shack jump. So if you jump alongside an interactable object, so that key block, because I don't have a key, it's supposed to give you text. And but yeah, or anything that you can push as well. Then if you jump alongside it, you can super jump off of a wall if you have your back turned to the wall. And with that, I was able to kind of clip between the block and the wall as well. So yeah, now I've got horse heads, another RNG section. So when I throw these horse heads, they're either going to land on their side or land upright. And you need both of them to land upright, and then the door will open. So got a 1 in 4 chance. Okay, I think that was like 11th or 12th try. So that's not very good, but you don't really lose like that much time comparatively. Whoops! I actually touched the block. Okay, there you go.
Often do you get it first try?
Sometimes first try like happens. Like it happens like I feel like to me it happens more often than like you would think like a 1 in 4 chance would be.
You'd think it'd happen 1 in 4 times.
Exactly.
But
yeah, I think all of my highest amounts have always been in marathon runs. Like I've had like 20th tried like 3 different marathons, so that's like tied for my highs. And I've had 18 try in one marathon run as well.
18 on a 1 in 4?
Yeah. Yeah, I've had 20 like 3 times as well. It's like,
Oh, 20. Oh, you did. Okay, I thought I misheard that. Wow.
yeah. Yeah. It runs like, I feel like on average in runs you usually get like somewhere between 3 and 6 tries, usually. Feels like pretty common. But yeah, each extra try loses like 1 second, so it's like not too bad, but it can add up eventually. So yeah, there I was just doing some swag thing, like throwing the bomb and picking it up over and over. And it gives a rainbow explosion in that room for whatever reason too. And here I did another bomb trigger to skip the owl landing and flying away. Like he's still talking to me, but yeah, it saves like 2 seconds again. Oh yeah, should probably talk about that boss. So his facade. So for whatever reason, his hurt box is is active while you when you start the fight before his text comes up, and you can get 3 bomb hits. So you can turn that fight into a 2 cycle instead of it being a 5 cycle. Because normally you're only able to hit him once per cycle, but because of that glitch, you can get like 3 hits for free. Which I guess they actually finally fixed it in like the Switch remake, because even in like the Oracle games where Facade is in I think it's only seasons, then his hurt box is still broken, so you can kind of like cheese him still in that same way. Well, it's like different, but it's like generally the same like mechanic though. So yeah, there's level 2 sword with the epic like lightning cutscene and stuff. So oh, I forgot to mention the other thing that another benefit that you get with Red Tunic is that when you have the level 1 bracelet, when you lift up rocks and pots and stuff, then Link also lifts it up at a faster speed. Unfortunately, it doesn't stack with when you get level 2 bracelet, so it ends up being the same speed when you get level 2. So for that duration of like before going into dungeon 6, I was saving a little bit of time. Okay, so here's another run killing trick called early hookshot. So I want to stand on a specific pixel and then drag. Oh wow, I got it first try. So yeah, dragging that key into the other room, because the IDs for items are dependent on what room you're actually in. So that room you normally get the hookshot after you beat Master Stalfos 4, one of the mini bosses, and it gives you because you picked up that key in the other room but transitioned at the same time, then you get the hookshot instead. So now I don't have to fight Master Stalfos 4 times, only this one time. But so the reason that it's a run killing trick is that it's also frame rule dependent whether you'll actually like collect the item or not as you transition. So you have a 50% chance of it working and 50% to just not work, and like then it's like not your fault either. So the last run that I did, like to practice for this event, I got like 6 try, and it loses like 15 seconds per try. So yeah, it probably lost like close to a minute and a half, just a bad frame rule over and over. But yeah, this time it was first try though, so it's quite nice.
Success.
Yep, the marathon luck. Yeah, so it was damage boosting off of those bloopers in the water, you know, just to get pushed a little faster, and grab the nightmare key early, quote unquote. In other categories where you can't do early hookshot because you don't have the boomerang, then there you could actually dash and jump with your boots and make it across that gap, like just barely. Which it's actually kind of difficult, and like for like low to mid level runners, it's actually like a pretty big run killer as well. Trying to make that jump. So fortunately, I don't have to do that jump because sometimes it's easy to miss a few times as well. Okay, so here's where the difference between Red Tunic and Blue Tunic comes in. So this boss, so the Wall Snake, he is RNG, so he's going to spawn out of one of these pockets. I want him to spawn far away, so that was really good. Oh, I actually choked anyway. So the reason that this fight is... Oh no. This fight can be tough with Red Tunic is that because of the knockback effect... Ooh, this is unlucky. Okay, yeah, so because of this knockback effect, he has more invincibility frames when you hit him, and regardless of like how many power-ups you have, he always takes 8 hits to kill. So even with just like level 1 sword and green tunic, it will still take 8 hits. Or me being like maxed out in strength right now, it will still take 8 hits to kill. But the added iframes means that if he spawns far away from you in the wall, you can at most get 4 hits on him. Because of the extra invincibility frames. And if he spawns close to you, you can usually only get like 3 hits at best. So you basically have a 1 in 4 chance to get a 2 cycle in that fight. So if you don't get a 2 cycle, you just lose a lot of time over getting Blue Tunic, because it's really easy with Blue Tunic. It's like even if he spawns close, you can usually get four or 5 hits generally. And yeah, I think if he spawns far away, you can like even get like 6 hits possibly, but it's unlikely though. But either way, yeah, like 2 cycles free if you have blue tunic. That's basically what I'm getting at. And in addition, when he takes more than 5 damage and he's on the 3rd cycle and onwards, he also has a 50% chance to give you a fake snake that you can't damage, and it'll crawl around the room and eventually explode. And yeah, then that wastes more time because then you have to do another cycle in addition to that. So fortunately, I didn't get a fake after having to do 3 cycles. Otherwise, it would have bled more time. So here I'm gonna bomb trigger for this heart piece. I could have done it on the first visit too when I was over here, but generally people do it on the 2nd visit. I don't think it saves or loses time either. So obstacle skip, I got 2 out of 2, so this run is valid. I think it saves a 1/4 of a second each time, if I recall correctly. So yeah, now here I'm going to be going for Rooster Skip, which it's another kind of run killing trick. It's like, I'm going to be doing the easy strat though, just to try and be safe. If I fall into any of these pits, I'll end up outside. So you really don't want to fall, basically. So I may be doing the buffered strat. So pause buffering to hit one specific frame. Oh wow, I got frame perfect pauses both times. Maybe I should have just tried to do it unbuffered. It's kind of funny. So yeah, it loses like 2 seconds per extra pause that you do. So since I got a frame perfect pause buffer, I lost like 8 seconds over doing it unbuffered. But yeah, there's one frame where when the hookshot comes back to Link that he can jump. So it's also weird because you can't buffer the jump out of your regular pause menu or your save quit menu. So you have to pause on the frame where the hookshot is like touching Link's nose, and then use a map buffer to be able to buffer your jump after the map buffer. So every time you chain pauses into each other, the game advances 1 frame at a time. So this game has like the best like buffer system out of like any Zelda game, because you can buffer a pause into another pause basically, instead of having to manually time it like Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask or the Oracle games. And if you map buffer, the game advances 4 frames at a time, so you can do even like faster pause buffers with it. Wait, did I do this correctly? Oh, I I just realized what I did wrong here. I was supposed to equip the bracelet over the hookshot there. So I took off my boots, which I was supposed to, of course, run into the dungeon with the boots because it's faster. So yeah, here's dungeon 7. It's another really short dungeon, though casually, like, people always get, like, stuck on this dungeon whenever I watch people's, like, first-time playthroughs. And when I first played through this game as a kid, too, I was stuck in this dungeon for so long. But, so normally you're supposed to grab the metal ball that was in that previous room and throw the ball against these, pillars in these rooms. And, oh, whoops. And then, yeah, it'll break the pillars, but since the pillars are tied to a cutscene, then you can, bomb trigger to break the pillars. So, you speed up this dungeon incredibly fast by breaking all 4 of them. So when I break this 4th pillar, then, it'll make the, 4th floor crash into the 3rd floor, which is, where you fight the boss. And thanks to more super jumping, I can get to the boss area like pretty quickly at this point. Because yeah, casually like the puzzles, like figuring out where to bring the bolts to is like incredibly confusing. It's so easy to get lost. So you grab these bombs for safety. Like I definitely don't need them, but you never know. So here's Goomba Surf, another RNG trick. So I need that top Goomba to move to the right. So 1 in 4 chance each time. I think if you get 5th try, oh, I got 5th try. I was gonna say if you get 5th try or worse, then you lose time over doing the alternative strat. Which, yeah, I got 5th try anyway. But I love showing that off because you get to jump on a Goomba like Mario would have wanted you to. So this boss fight, Evil Eagle. So there's also some cheese on this boss. So for whatever reason, since I've never visited a screen that has a warp tile in like the main overworld, since my last save and quit. Oh, it didn't work. That's weird. Okay, so what should happen is that now that he's at the top of the screen, I can stun lock him. All right, there you go. Now it's working. So yeah, you can stun lock him by screen wrapping your shot through the heads-up display menu on the bottom, and normally it's supposed to be solid and it'll just clank, but for whatever reason, if you never see a warp tile from your last save and quit, then you can just do that. It's just so weird. The alternative
evil anymore.
I know, right?
At least that's like a little bit more specific of a name than anglerfish.
Evil Eagle.
This one's evil.
I forgot the guy that's riding on him. I forgot his name. I know someone in chat knows. I have to know. I forgot his name. I'll definitely wait for it though. Oh, actually I remember. It's Grim Creeper is the guy. So it's like the mini boss that I skipped in there, and then he rides Evil Eagle when you get into the fight. But yeah, alternatively, when I was doing that screen wrap, if you have full health, because I have the level 2 sword in this category, you can use sword beams as well to do that screen wrap. It's actually slightly faster and it's more swag, but I didn't have full health, or I wasn't even close to full health. So there I did what's called Zoomerang, where how do I explain that? So I dashed, then I equipped Feather on A, Hookshot on B, particularly, and if you buffer both and hold the appropriate direction that you need to go in, then you'll zoom across the room. Oh, whoops! Wow, that mini Moldorm was such a troll. All right, before anything else, I'm going to issue another flashing lights warning coming up right now for Mad Batter number 3. So it should be the final warning. And so yeah, I'm just gonna be mashing A the whole time because this time I'm gonna get my powder upgraded for completion's sake. And Sans Undertale, I just saw that in chat for Grim Creeper. I'm gonna just start saying that from now on too. All right, so flashing lights is done. So no more of that. I forgot. I was like rambling about 2 different things, so I even forgot what I was talking about. So there I did lava skip, or flame skip. Sorry. So if you're clipped into the if you're clipped into the wall, then you won't get knocked back when you get hit by that flame fountain. So normally you're supposed to use level 2 shield, and okay, and I bomb triggered waking this guy up while I was explaining that, and also this guy when his neck is extending out. There's no hurt block, so you can run through his head without fighting him as well. And when you wake him up with a bomb trigger, he also only has 1 health, which is kind of weird. But anyways, yeah, the flame skip. So yeah, you're supposed to use level 2 shield, but even though I have level 2 shield in this category, it's still slower to use it because when Link is blocking the flames, it slows down his movement by a lot. So it's faster to clip and damage boost through it. So here I'm going to do what's called a bookshot clip. So you have to have hookshot on B and feather on A for whatever reason. Oh, whoops. And when Link pulls himself to an object with the hookshot, he reels in faster if he uses the feather and the boomerang on the same frame. And with that, you can just barely clip through that key block without having a key. And I skipped most of the dungeon with like basically with doing that, and I got to the true mini boss here named Blano. It's like a I guess he's like a penguin with boxing gloves. I don't know what he actually is. And yeah, with level 2 sword, you can just kill him with 2 spin slashes. Even if you have red tunic, it doesn't change how many hits it takes to kill him. So here I'm going to be doing what's called a naked super jump. So I jumped and moved sideways while facing up away from the wall to do the super jump. And then now I'm going to be doing what's called lava swim. So with a Jesus jump on lava, if you transition and have flippers, then you can you'll end up swimming in the lava because you bypass the damage trigger. And I swung my sword while transitioning because it consistently sets up Link's subpixels to... Oh, okay, yeah, also I got all the pictures to just check now. And that's the final heart piece too. So yeah, with Lava Swim, you can, yeah, set up your subpixels by swinging your sword. Otherwise, you have a 50% chance to not bypass the damage trigger, and then you'll keep, like, drowning in the lava over and over. And if you don't have feather equipped, then you'll be soft locked because you can't jump out of the lava after you transition screens. So the sword slash makes that 100% consistent, though. So yeah, now this, what we call the Roomba room. So pushing this rolling rock, yeah, you have to fill out the whole room and it spawns the nightmare key, which I need to get to the boss. This dungeon's supposed to have a bunch of boss refights, but the cue ball right there is the only refight that I did, even though I fought him for the first time because I skipped him in dungeon 4. So that was technically supposed to be a refight. So here I Jesus jumped, and because of Link getting pushed down a couple pixels, when Jesus jumping, then you can clip into the wall a little bit and super jump there. Whoops. So normally you can kill this guy in one cycle, but I missed 2 shots, unfortunately. So it takes 5 hits to break his flame shell, and then after the shell's broken, then he takes 2 more hits to kill. So this guy is weird because, well, I'll talk about that in a moment, but first there's ah, dang, never mind. I missed the trick I was gonna joke about. So there's like a visual glitch. If you swing your magic rod when you grab the item, then the magic rod will be pointed in front of Link. So we call that Wang Boys. Yeah, because of how it looks, but yeah. But yeah, with Hothead though, he has there's certain spots in the room when he's bouncing around where if you hit him, it doesn't count as doing damage, even though the animation happens. So you don't want him to be on the far right of the screen or at the bottom where you're standing, because there's a few like quote-unquote invincible zones where you won't damage him. It's really weird. So yeah, now making my way to the end. It's gonna be a lot of downtime, pretty much. After I talk to this owl, I'm going to bomb trigger the song for the Ballad of the Windfish, because it's faster than playing the ocarina. Whoops. Alright, there you go. Yeah, so right here. So, got, I think it's probably like 40 seconds of downtime at this point. Which, in the meantime, I need to, so there's a mobile app that I use called Ballbuster, which I'm gonna need it for certain visuals to be able to manip the second phase of the final boss, which might save a lot of time. That basically just makes it not RNG dependent whether I'll save time or not. So I guess there's a lot to talk about for this area. So first off, when I enter this dungeon, then there's a maze starting out, and so since I never read the book from the library with the magic lens, then the pattern is always set to left, left, up, right, right, up, left, up. And then if you ever read the book in the library, then it gets set to whatever it says in the book. So it's just optimal to never go to the library. And then after that, so when I enter the boss fight, I'm gonna try and bomb trigger to skip 12 seconds worth of text from the boss. but also it causes the music to not play. And the music rolls RNG generally. So because of that, we can kind of manip to kill the first two phases of this boss. So it makes them spawn in the wall there, and there's a specific pixel you can point your sword at to hit them and kind of unintentionally kill them with your sword. Because normally you're supposed to use magic powder to kill them. So yeah, Aghanim phase here. So from third cycle and onwards, he has a 50% chance to give you a... What? Oh, I failed the manip, I guess. Yeah, to give you an energy ball that you can reflect back, or the blue ball that you can't reflect, which he just gave me a blue ball, so the manip is dead. I'm not sure what I did wrong for it to not work either. So I would have been trying to stand in specific pixels for the third and fourth cycle to make him shoot an energy ball every time. So every blue ball I get now loses about 8 seconds, so I've gotten 3 so far. And whenever I miss this, like, he seems to very often just give like upwards of like 8 blue balls usually, even though it's a 50-50. Uh-oh, this is not good. Okay, thank you. Enough of that. So I lost count if that was 5, I think. So yeah, now you can kill that with 4 hits, the Moldorm phase. Then we got the Ganon phase, so I'm going to be trying a trick here called, it's called Death Eye Skip. I forget if... Oh, I actually did that. I wasted time. I actually got the good frame, so I could have done 1 map buffer to advance the game 4 frames instead of doing 4 pauses, but I forgot if that frame I got was either 3 buffer or 4 buffer that I needed. So I wasted like 6 seconds for no reason. So time's coming up when I reach the top of these stairs and the screen fades to light. And time.
Bingo, GG.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I gave almost no warning for time, so I was just rambling so much. Yeah, so the so if you play the ocarina on one specific frame, the same frame that the flaming bat that Ganon spawns, if you play a song, then it'll freeze the bat in place, and then when you get into Death Eye phase, the final phase, then it spawns the second Death Eye from the bat, and the game thinks that that Death Eye has 0 health, so it just like instant kills him and spawns the stairs like that. And so if I failed that trick, then I would have fought the real Death Eye, and when his eye eventually opened up, then I would throw a boomerang to kill him, basically. That's the backup strat. So that strat normally saves about 15 seconds, but I did waste 6 seconds because I did like 3 extra pauses though. So still save time with it, which is cool. But anyways, yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed the run. Y'all haven't seen the last of me yet, because tomorrow evening I'll be running Metroid Zero Mission, any percent. So yeah, I hope y'all will enjoy that coming up too. And yeah, definitely stick around. And yeah, sub if you can. Normally I ask for someone to gift me a sub whenever I run on like GDQ shows, just for like a bit of support, but I think I'm still subbed already because I recently did a HotFix show like 2 weeks ago. So it's all good. And yeah, if you want to shoot me a follow, I'm Ryan_Ford522. I'll post a heart in the chat so you can click the name if you want. And yeah, if you want to take it away, Mello.
Of course. First of all, happy Juneteenth. Thank you for the run. It was excellent, super entertaining. Everyone, please give it up for Ryan Ford for walking us through just a cakewalk through Link's Awakening DX. And but again, thank you so much. Happy Juneteenth. You're watching Games Done Quick. We are having a fantastic day 1 of our 2-day GDQ Juneteenth celebration, and I'm having a blast. Did you know that from now until July 15th, All of GDQ's revenue from subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits tiered after taxes will be donated by GDQ to Doctors Without Borders. And that's because Summer Games Don't Quick is coming up in June 26th to July 3rd, so just over a week it's coming up. But we got a lot more funds for you tonight as well as tomorrow. And if you loved Ryan's run today, like you mentioned earlier, tune back in tomorrow to catch him during that Metroid Zero mission run. But we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will get to watch Sonic Generations. So we'll see you shortly.